All right, here we go. Mic check. Let's see, make sure we're good. Had to finish up some levels. There it is. Good day, everybody. Good day. Good day. Let's see what we can catch today. First thing that comes to my attention. All right. We have this SMT off of London's high here. So let's clean this up a bit. All right. So this is at London high. We sweep that high here on NAS. Haven't swept it on ES. And then we have this break of structure here, right? This pullback, break of structure. This is the same area that was holding yesterday, right? You got this bullish fair value gap that was where price pretty much took over for the buyers. We tap into this fair value gap, break structure, pull back to this order block, break structure. So this looks extremely bullish, right? And then when you pay attention, you're like, all right, if we continue this bullish trend, I want to see this high right here taken, which is the Friday high. We've already taken out the Friday low. Here goes price sweeping out London's low, right? Tapping into a fair value gap. We have this weekly open right here, which is serving as a beautiful support right now. We have ES taking out the same levels, driving into a 30-minute gap. We're seeing the rejection. So the first thing that comes to mind for me is how does price respond now that we're jabbing into here? If we can get a 5-minute setup, I'll be looking to take price higher. All right. As we mentioned, Monday and Tuesday are great counter trend days. So if we are higher time frame bearish, which we are, higher time frame is very bearish, right? Monday and Tuesday will offer really good counter trend trades. Yesterday offered really nice buy trades. Even though I took this short, price was overextended from this low. I understood that. So I looked for shorts back down. And today, it looks like we are overextending into bullish territory now. So now these bullish order blocks in here should come in handy. All right. And we'll see what happens when price finally shows some rejection. We had this first 30-minute candle right here at 8:30. This candle caught my attention as well because of how bearish it was. But when I look inside of this bearish candle, there was no true attempt to go higher and fail, right? So this candle was very, very bearish, no real bullishness. So I'm not using that candle as a reference point. The next candle closes bearish as well. And then you get this bearish reference point right here where you see price at least tries to go higher. And then we close through those up close candles. And then we get this drive right here at 9:30. 9:30 drives into it. I'm looking for a break of structure here. If we break structure, this could easily be a short, but how far are we going to short? Probably not too much further, to be honest. I would say the buyers are probably going to step in very soon here. So I'm going to get ready for that. Um, the 5-minute chart is going to give the best visualization of a reversal. So I want to see the 5 minutes start flipping these bearish candles, start closing through, retest, and continue. If price cannot close through these bearish candles and we start making new lows here, so we took this high, we drove into this zone here at 9:30. Let's move this over. 9:30 is here. So at 9:30, what happens? You see price wick into this area right away with this candle here. With that wick, I want to see price take out a low. If we're truly bearish, we'll start to see price respect that bearish order flow. If we're not bearish, we're going to see possibly like a SMT off of this low, something, something that shows exhaustion. And then you should see a sharp move higher. But yeah, yesterday was pretty cool when it comes to the volume. Today, we're looking for another counter trend type of session where we can start pushing back against all the selling pressure that's been in the markets. All right. Let's check on YM. YM does a good job of letting you know if it's strong or not as well. Look at that wick. Nice rejection off of that weekly open, 5 minute chart. So I think we're gonna get a nice bounce from this area. Just a matter of if we see those ROC reversal signals. If so, the buys are gonna be fabulous today. And I'm thinking that's what we're gonna get, right? When you see the higher time frame and you see that we have a beautiful overnight imbalance here. If you look at the sessions, you see that we had expansion in Asia and expansion in London. We take out the previous daily high, right? Take out that previous daily high, pull back, and now we're tapping into these bullish areas of interest. We got this weekly open, like I mentioned, and I'm looking for this to be support, and it's clearly holding up so far. So let's see if we can start flipping bearish candles. Here we go. All right, yeah, so that's what you want to see. You want to see price start closing through these down close candles here, and that'll open the door for higher. Have to be patient here, right? You don't know how long this process will take. Could want to shake out some traders, but so far the profile leading into this bullish area is so bearish that maybe we get a little bit of accumulation before it takes off. This was a beautiful sell-off. 5 minute order block. I have it highlighted. If we can't break this order block, we're going to see a little more downside for the time being. And if we can break structure here, I wouldn't be opposed to taking a short, maybe down to this Asia low, just because of what time it is, right? We know that 9:30 loves to manipulate and sweep external whenever it can. So if we're refusing to take these highs, right, then I'm anticipating price to take these lows. We've already taken out this overnight low here. And notice we're starting to close back above this previous session low on the 1 minute. So I think we're going to start seeing a flip here soon. Flip bullish, take it back up to the um previous high, which would be here. This will be my draw. And potentially this level up here at 24,996. And I'm sure a lot of people are getting ready to buy this right now. I'm sure a lot of people are getting ready to buy this. It's classic. As I always mention, right, anytime you're thinking about a trade, you should be thinking about the power of three, right? So when I'm looking at the weekly, I understand that this weekly chart is going to be bullish early in the week more times than not. We've already taken out this weekly low here. So now that this low's taken, maybe price can push up to this weekly open price, which would be 25,151. If it can't push that far, maybe there's a gap in here. There it is, right? There's a daily imbalance that price could want to fill before going lower. So keeping that in mind, right? The weekly chart just opened, so we're expecting the power of three, which means that price will open up, push higher before going lower if we're bearish on the week. And here we go. Nice. You could probably even draw up a trade off of something in here, but you know me, the 1 minute chart is way too early for me to get involved. I'm looking for some sort of signal that price is flipping, but you don't see any fair value gaps, right? So this is why you would just wait it out. Look at ES taking out the highs. Beautiful. ES closing through bearish candles. Looks like it will. We have 3 minutes left here. You don't want to rush into these buys simply because the target is pretty far away, right? Let's look above, see if there's any bearish fair value gaps. Okay, yeah. So we're tapping into this. I'm going to highlight this 30-minute gap here. This should send price lower, right? ES is tapping into it. We should see a pullback. There's going to be sellers inside of this gap. And those sellers could push price a little lower before going higher, before they're absorbed, right? So that's a nice concept to stand by. Just wait for that gap to fill. You're gonna see a pullback, and then on the pullback is where you want to get in. Really nice speed here. Filling that gap in on ES with a strong move here. Let's see if we get a closure. Really nice. You could, like I said, like you could have bought this off of this failure. We tap into this gap here. We fail to make a new low, and then we start closing through these candles. This is a really nice flip on the 1 minute, but the 5 minute should give you the ultimate setup here. I just hope it doesn't run away without me because once again, we drew up this trade in advance, pre-market. We had this plan laid out, and literally step for step, we said once price stabs into this area, we're looking for a flip bullish. And the first thing that happens is a very sharp flip here. Price is eager to go higher. Let's check on crypto. Look at YM. So this is pretty aggressive over here on YM. My goodness, we're about to take these highs in one candle. Wow. So that's telling me we're probably gonna have a very, very sharp move higher today. Yesterday's move was pretty decent, right? It just wasn't as I guess it was pretty solid yesterday. Yeah. So we had this massive move higher. The pullback is where you want to get in. The sad part about the pullback yesterday, it pulled back around 1 o'clock and I'm done streaming at 12:30. So didn't get to capitalize on the buy. That's why I was thinking short. Price overextended, short, and then buy. All right. So today, let's see what this sequence looks like, but hopefully it doesn't take off without us again. 11 seconds left. What's YM up to? All right, so yeah, YM didn't take that high yet. Left equal highs up there. Let's see if we can get a sharp pullback here. That would be appropriate. We're closing through these down closed candles. Really nice. Let's see how price responds here. I'm gonna do this here. Let's see. So we have down closed candle, all of this in here getting closed through. Ooh, yeah. So this becomes bullish territory here. If price can retrace down into it, that gives you a fair chance at a good entry price. Nasdaq is pushing down into it. This might be a little bit too fast for my liking, kid. It's way too quick. You can't sit here and pretend like you're just so bullish, like you just have somewhere to be, and then that's when you get slapped in the face. That's when it just drops on you because it made you believe it was in a rush. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I don't like it. I'll wait. Hopefully we don't miss it. But anytime, you guys know me by now, anytime price just pretends it's in such a rush, I already know it's that's a scam algorithm. It wants you to feel that FOMO. It wants you to feel that sense of urgency so it can take your money. We're at this previous daily high. Remember, we're still inside of this fair value gap here, so we should see a good amount of selling pressure. Yeah, I think we're gonna chop around in here for the next 15 minutes, if you ask me, because 10 o'clock should offer a pullback into the zone here. All right, remember, I'm trading a simple 60-minute or 90-minute reversal process. This would literally be the first 30 minutes of it. I don't want to trade the first 30 minutes of it. I want to trade the 60-minute mark or the 90-minute mark. So if we get, which we already have a clean reversal 5-minute level here, you want to wait for that following 30-minute candle to retest this zone here to confirm that, okay, this is still bullish. You don't want to get ahead of yourself and try to buy it here because the next 30-minute candle could decide I want to sweep this low before going higher, or it could decide I want to be bearish instead of bullish. So the beauty of waiting on that next 30-minute candle gives you a much, much better idea of what to expect. All right, nice. So you guys can see price definitely just hanging out in this area, showing you that this level is still pretty valid here. All right. So I'm watching very closely here, see if price wants to give you an entry. This looks like it's going to be quick today, guys. It's not playing any games. So I may take an aggressive stab here. Let's just see if we can get some sort of a market structure shift. I would love for price to push into here after 10 a.m., right? If it tries to take off right now, that's going to make it really hard for me. It's going to make it very hard. I want to see price push down into here, man. Oh, my good. So remember we talked about this fair value gap, how we anticipate this gap to slow price down. And what happens? Price accelerates into the gap and slows it down. Here goes your pullback. We don't break any structure on this pullback. So I'm hoping that we generate this low right here so we can sweep it in the next 30 minutes or so. If we can sweep this low, that'll be beautiful for what I'm looking for. That would be beautiful. It's not gonna sweep that low, kid. This is like, what about YM? Is YM playing fair? Because maybe I can get a clean entry on YM. I hate when price moves so fast that it's forcing you to believe that it's just gonna run away. Got that same bullish area here. We drive back into it. This is crazy, kid, bro. This is lame. I don't know if I really want to trade this, guys. Anytime it does this, bro, I know because I've been trading long enough to understand that when price just pretends to be so one directional, it crashes almost every single time. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna pretend to be so bullish here and it's gonna dump. So either I'm gonna play the short or I'm gonna buy it at a discount. I can't buy it all the way up there where it is. Maybe YM gives you a fair chance here, but even YM, right? We're too close to this high. Yeah, this is a scam, bro. Eventually, we'll get a clean setup. We have a large range today. Remember, my draw is sitting way up here. And then potentially even this daily FEG here. Let's mark that out. So I'm not too concerned with missing it, but as you can see, this is way too fast, bro. This is the day where the rookie traders who just trade inversions are they think they know something because the market's just on easy mode today. But the lame part is you never know when the market's going to be on easy mode, so you always have to have that a little bit of skepticism in your approach. You never know when it's going to be on easy mode. Today is on complete easy mode. Break this down close candle inversion, buy, and you just made 60 points, 70 points with no drawdown. Unreal, bro. So I'm looking for another area that can send price lower. Okay, nice. So we have this up close candle here that was very strong earlier. Yeah, maybe this level up here can send price lower. Hopefully. This is stupid. This is what you call scam activity. I like that YM hasn't taken this high yet. Very appropriate. That's your draw up here. All right, so you can see scam activity is in full effect. Didn't want to give us any opportunity to buy this on the 5 minute. You see price close very, very, very bullish here. And we left all the structure down below, right? So this zone could be extended up to here. These down close candles would be where I would want to see price return into. But I'm not gonna lie, this just looks like one of those days where price just decides who cares about structure. Let's just go ahead and just fly away. Literally straight to the draw. Like you can't tell me I'm not drawing up these trades before they happen. And then the market goes out of its way to make sure that it just doesn't give you any logical entry. You just had to FOMO in 2 days in a row. Just buy it and hope for the best and you win. But you can't really trade like that. So now I'm like, all right, I'm bearish. I already know what's gonna happen. We're gonna get the same effect that we saw yesterday, which sucks because I would much rather buy it knowing that it's bullish, right? We were at a beautiful area. You're gonna get this fake out higher where price just pretends to be so bullish. And then look, it hits a level, and then from 11 o'clock all the way to 1 o'clock, it stops going higher and you can get your short, right? Here, I'm expecting the same type of reaction. We are definitely overextended now. Price is pushing into bearish territory. Once we start taking out highs, as you can see, there is a lot of bearish resistance currently where price is trading at. We're getting SMT. This should be an easy short, but the sad part is the shorts are gonna be harder on days like this to hold. So it's like when the market's counter trending, you want to go with that counter trend, right? You know what I mean? So it's like it's tough, bro. When the markets are counter trending, you want to go with that trend. Just like yesterday when I remember it took like 4 different attempts on the short because the shorts are going to be a little more lethargic today, more times than not. You might get lucky and catch a really clean short, but the buys are the ones you want today, bro. I might not catch a trade, bro. I might wrap it up early. This type of stuff really grinds my gears. Like, come on, kid. Easy bullish profile, right? Remember going into pre-market right at 9:30 open, you could see this was likely going to hold up. And look at this 30-minute reaction here. We have literally rallied from this low 250 points without any significant pullbacks. Like, get out of my face, bro. This is the type of stuff that's like, I really have a hard time watching this stuff happen, bro. It's like, bro, I wish I was a bad trader. I would have bought it. As soon as we broke structure in here, oh, it's a nice break of structure on the 1 minute chart. Let me just buy it. Stupid. And I'm bothered because I'm afraid to short, bro. I'm afraid to short, knowing that price will pretend to be so bullish all day, and then on Friday or by Friday, we're way back down here. All of this is just fake, a waste of time. But today is the day. If you want to be a buyer, this is your day. Tomorrow can be a completely different story. We're ripping through everything, bro. We just destroyed this high. I thought this would create some rejection. Wrong. We're tapping into this fair value gap, sweeping out this previous daily high, which was my draw. Wrong. Get out of here, bro. You would think the market has to be logical, but this is proof that it doesn't. Some days it'll tap into where it wants to go and just fly away. Other days it'll hang out in this area as if it just can't go anywhere and then surprise you with that move. Other days it'll tap into this same profile, sweep 5 different times, refuse to go anywhere all day. Session closes down here, and then overnight you get a gap up. You know what I mean? Like it just It's stupid. It is stupidos. It is stupido. But now the waiting game begins. We're probably not gonna catch a trade. I'm not even gonna cap. This is ugly. Because everyone's gonna be thinking, oh, we gotta short this. This is way too strong. The markets are bearish, and it's gonna keep going up. And I can't, I can't buy at a premium up here. But we'll see. I kinda get upset because I knew this was the trade idea and it takes off without me. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, bro, we might not get another setup. But I could be wrong. We could get a really clean setup. Just have to be patient. So I'm gonna just zoom in on one chart here since there's nothing really I can do but wait. And go to the 30-minute. And I want to wait for some sort of rejection candle because we should see some sort of rejection, right? This massive, massive move here should have some let's go look into that, right? This move lower should have some, there we go. We got this order block here, this failed attempt to go higher. All right. And then you have this order block up here, failed attempt to go higher. And those are all inside of that 30-minute candle, correct? 10:30. All right, yeah, 10:30 right here. So yeah, this is fine. I would anticipate this level right here to hold. Let's go mark out some areas on ES because we are in very bearish territory and we just overextended into those territories. So naturally, you have to play the game properly. You have to look for shorts here. It's just gonna be sketchy, bro. So be prepared for the sketchy shorts. This is a 11 a.m. candle. Got a fair value gap up here. And we have how many there? How many are there? Let's see. Look at this. Nothing. There's nothing bullish. Maybe there's a 1 minute order block. You see how you gotta dig for bullishness? It's not bullish. This is so bearish. All right, so we have this. We have these tiny 1 minute order blocks in here, which that's all we have to work with. So I'll highlight them, but I would love a 5 minute area of interest. And then if I look at YM, I'm sorry, not YM, NASDAQ, it's the same levels on the 5 minute chart. They line up with the 1 minute. So cool. Cool, cool, cool. Which one's stronger today? Forgot to check that out. If we're looking side by side, let's look at the market open. You will see two things here. 9:30, where you at? All right, 9:30, we sweep out these lows here on NASDAQ. Does ES get that deep? No, it doesn't. So ES is slightly stronger here. Yeah, 9:30 pushes up, takes those highs. And I think ES makes a high first. Oh, wait, which one? Nope, they both. I would just say they're both pretty much the same here. You get NASDAQ is slightly weaker, but they both push into these highs same time. So either one of these are fine. I'll probably short NASDAQ if I need to, but yeah, because NASDAQ is nowhere near all-time high. ES is right around the corner from all-time high. Literally, the previous week high is the all-time high right here. 7,030. We're at 6,900. All right, so I'm just looking for some bearish closures to start showing up here. We got this nice wick off of this level here. So we're stabbing into this fair value gap. Let's check out the 1 minute chart. There may be a 1 minute order block here. 1 minute volume imbalance sitting right here. And you got the order block right there as well. So you just mark off all of that. And yeah, we could see a sell off here. If we do, that'll be so clean, but it's gonna have to be a slow sell off. I don't want the quick sell off. If we get the quick sell off, I'd rather just wait for the buy. You know what I mean? If we're gonna sell off, I want to see one similar to yesterday where you get 5 minute structure offering a clean reversal, but then you're gonna have these massive fair value gaps underneath. 15-minute gap loading, session high. All right, let's go ahead and start taking out these indicators. Don't need those. We know pretty much what's on the table here. I want to see price trade back into these green levels here, this green box, ideally. That can go. Yeah, I want to see price trade back into here, 45. This is take out this session high. I'm not really too concerned with that high. Mark off this 15-minute level here. Same thing over here. Delete this. No longer interested in that. And then this green level over here as well is going to be. All right. So what happens at 10 a.m., right? So the power of three. Every time I see price start showing some speed, I immediately think power of three. So at 10 a.m., we have a new 4 hour candle. What do you notice about this new 4 hour candle? Price immediately opens higher and runs into bearish territory. All right. The deeper we get into this candle here, this 4 hour candle, the more bearish pressure we should start to see. Right. So with all of this highlighted, I should be able to sit back, relax, and wait for the bearish pressure to start presenting itself. If that never happens, then so be it, right? I dodge a bullet. I don't need to short it if it doesn't show any weakness. We're tapping into this 5 minute gap. So if price just wants to continue running today as if it was CPI or something, kudos to price, bro. Have fun without us today. Today we have FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. 8:30 we had some news. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is like this is why trading is stupid. Don't let anybody ever convince you that trading is not stupid. Trading is stupid. It's only good a few times a week. And it all depends on your personality, right? My personality, I don't like stupid stuff. Stupid stuff, whether it's in a movie, whether it's in a TV show, stupid stuff just, you know, grinds my gears. So, yeah, I can't help but call it for what it is. But when price action cleans up, I will be right there to congratulate and compliment price on a really good setup. But when it's like this, I can't say it enough how trash it is. And I know some people caught this, but bro, anybody trading this, bro, I really don't think you know how to trade, bro. Unless you're like somebody who says, I think we're bullish. It looks like price is moving pretty fast. Let me give it a chance. If you say something like that, 100% I agree with you because that's all I was thinking, right? I kept saying it to myself. This looks like it's moving fast. It looks like it's moving fast. It wants me to buy it. It's probably going to try to take off, but I don't want to get faked out. So, uh, I stuck to my plan, right? I stuck to my guns. No hard feelings about that. But if we keep doing this fake bullish move all day here, I'm telling you guys, watch. Later in the week, I'm gonna catch a massive short and I'm gonna hold it just because of today. I'm not gonna take my small piece of the pie. I'm gonna short and I'm gonna hold it all the way back as far as I can just to prove a point of how stupid these markets are. You get all this pretend bullish pressure as if the market's going back to all-time highs when really it's just for today. All this pressure is literally designed just for today. Tomorrow it'll get wiped out, or the day after, wiped out. Next week, wiped out. Meanwhile, the selling pressure, you will not wipe out this selling pressure, right? You see all this bearish pressure here? This is solidified. These massive moves down, you're not getting way back up here. If you do, hammer the shorts. Once again, it'll be right back down here. You know what I mean? So once again, excellent bias, excellent analysis. Unfortunately, the price action is on scam alert. So we got these red areas here. Price is just blowing through them. Let's see if we can start getting some serious rejection, maybe something. YM. YM is generating lots of internal liquidity that will likely be swept out. YM is trading back towards all-time highs. This is crazy. Where's all-time high? All-time high for YM is at 600, 50,600. And right now we're tapping into this bearish territory. Bro, we should short soon, kid. We should short very, very soon. Crypto stuck in a box under 70K. Bro, we should short soon here. I'm going to mark off this level here. Maybe we retest one of these levels. But this, look at the all-time high, make an all-time high, try to make another one, fail, break structure, retrace into this break of structure, break structure again. This leg right here is a continuation leg for lower. So you get that accumulation at the bottom of it, pop through it to manipulate, power of three, accumulate, manipulate, and we should get a distribution somewhere in here. You don't know where it's going to pop up, so you just sit back and wait. We're past 50%. Golden pocket will be up near this red line. Let the games begin, man. Let the games begin. Also, that 5 minute orb. If you're an orb trader, I give you your props as well because this was a 930. You get the 930 range, which is this green box here, and you close outside of that range. If you buy it, beautiful. Orb traders made a lot of money today. I already know it. Those are like the only traders that get a pass for moves like this because they already have a specific game plan. Somebody who trades like me, who literally likes to read price action raw, you know what I mean? Step for step. I'm reading these candles, I'm reading areas of interest, and I'm looking for reactions. There's nothing I could have done in here that would have made sense. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, let's zoom in here and see what we can catch, man. So far, no bearish candles for the past 6 5 minute bullish candles in a row. So I won't get in the way here. I'm gonna sit back and I'm just gonna wait. And that's gonna be my game plan here. Waiting for some signs of exhaustion. We have a bullish area down below. It's really early, so I don't want to get, I don't want to count today out just yet. So I'll just sit back. I'll put on a show, find something to watch, maybe get something to eat. and I'm chilling. We'll be on stream until 12:30, and let's see if we get. Let me take those off actually. Let's see, and then I'll just erase this. We know that price is there. Save exclamation point. Such a clean move. If it would have just given us the most subtle pullback here after 10 o'clock, this would have been clean. But 10 a.m. opens, overextends into bearish territory. We should get a fire short back to 10 a.m. price, guys. That should be the case here. We should get something like this market structure shift back down to 10 a.m. That would be fire. All right, cool. You guys have any questions? Jump in the chat. If you guys caught any fire trades so far, definitely post them in the chat. So far for me, no trades. I really wanted buys down in here. Now I'm forced to look for shorts up here. We'll see what happens. All right, cool. So I'm waiting to see if I want to play this up close candle here. We just closed underneath it. We're testing into it now. I may give this a jab. Let's see, it'll be about 60 points on the stop. Cover that high 40 at like 60 points. And then looking for price to retest 10 a.m. Something like that. So let's see if price can maintain. You see price try to go higher multiple times in here, and then we break structure lower. We're already in bearish territory. So now I'm just looking for a retest, right? So we got the break on the 1 minute. We got a 5-minute bearish closure. So this candle right here could be where price continues lower. If it wants to continue lower, I will give it a jab underneath this black line. So far, we have this order block right here that could be the catalyst for lower, make it yellow. 1 minute order block. See what happens when price drives into it. If it drives into it, which it should. It's almost there now. Looking at ES. ES is already tapping into that order block that created that break of structure right now. So let's see if that holds up. YM pushing into bearish territory as well. But definitely need to see some aggressive moves from this level here. And let's check that EMA as well while we wait. Yeah, I would like to see the EMA go back bearish. And then I can just put my stop literally 50 at like 60 points. That'll be 4 micros, make it 8. If the setup is appropriate, we can slam underneath these bullish candles here, close underneath this EMA. That'll be a decent amount of selling pressure. And because we're overextended, because we're in bearish territory, and because you see uh this wall starting to form here where price is unable to go higher, right? You see this high. These levels right here seem fine. We're just waiting on a retest to confirm inside of this new 30-minute candle, right? So notice this is a new cycle. This 30-minute cycle offered some rejection here. New 30-minute candle is going to drive into it to confirm whether this is still going to hold or not. If it does, I'll try the short. If it breaks it, then nothing for me to do there. Mm, 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 mm. Now we're chilling. We're driving into this order block. Let's see if price can make something shake here. All right, there we go. That's what you want to see. If we're not bearish, just don't even pretend to be bearish, please. That's all I could ask. There we go. If we're going to just rip through here, there we go. See? I can appreciate that. I can appreciate if we're not bearish, just go ahead and rip through it. I would hate for price to give me everything that I would look for a short, reject, all that type of stuff, and then take me out of the trade, right? Those are the worst, right? Where you have certain things you want to see, and the market shows you exactly what you want to see, and then waits for you to get in and then stops you out. Those are nightmares. So I appreciate the fact that we're not even showing any sign of weakness on the retest right now. That helps me to sit on the sideline. Yeah. Yeah, we're chilling, man. This high still is intact, right? Can't sleep on the shorts just just yet. We still sweep this high. And if we slam underneath here, I still like the short. However, you do want to see some serious pressure here. because the buyers are literally just dominating every single move. Any tiny pullback is met with buyers. Tiny pullback, buyers. You know what I mean? So starting to get obvious that price is just not gonna stop going higher. Still got that EMA support on the higher time frames. Yeah, kid. These are literally one of the worst types of days you could ask for. Price is just so bullish that it just ignores all structure. It you should know that price has to pull back, and I think it's trying to use that concept against us today. Everyone knows price has to pull back, but it looks like price is just going to continue leaching higher if we can't close underneath here. This black line is pretty much what I'm looking at. Yeah. YM, what are you up to? Bitcoin, what are you up to? Wait, Bitcoin just blasted off. When did that happen? Oh, 5 minutes ago. 10:30. Bitcoin skyrocket. Yeah, this is just bullish, guys. There's not much else to it. Not much else to it. YM, so we had this up close candle, nice wick off of it. We closed underneath it, and price is still trading within this range here. So maybe YM starts to break structure, but you would need to see something like this. YM would need to be way down here. Take that low. Trash. Yeah, YM. YM isn't really doing much. NASDAQ isn't doing much. ES isn't doing much. Looks like we're going to start slowing down, right? You see the price consolidating right now, but it's only 10:45 right now. So that's another 15 minutes left in this candle. The last 15 minutes of the candle could show us a little bit more speed. I'll just be patient, but I really like what I saw here where we get clear exhaustion on the 5 minute. We get a nice bearish closure through these up close candles. If price can fail, like, push into this area and continue to fail without closing through, that's a good sign of exhaustion. And then we generate these lows underneath. We still have 10 a.m., power of three. A lot of times, instead of getting that like accumulation right away, you get manipulation first. So this could be your 10 a.m. manipulation, and then you accumulate, and then you distribute. It's not always going to be like accumulate, manipulate, distribute, So if this does end up being a short, I can see it. I can see it playing out here. Other than that, like I don't see anything else on the table. So 5 minute chart. Yeah, let's take a look at the 5 minute, see what happens. We might get one more sweep and then dump, but this is tough, guys. It's like the market knows everyone's looking for shorts right now. And it's just gonna keep leaching higher and higher and higher. And then once you finally give up on the shorts, it drops. Or it waits until like the end of the market session and drops. Or it doesn't drop at all and it waits until Asia or London session to drop. You know what I mean? Like these sessions they work together, if you ask me. They finish what the other session couldn't, or they manipulate what the other session didn't. Yeah, this is trash right now. YM. All right, cool. We might get a continuation here. You know, if we start closing through this bearish candle here, for example, let's pretend this candle just closed right now on the 30 minute. If you get this down close candle here and it holds a retest, I would buy it from up here. Just understanding that price is just it's a scam. It's in scam mode, 100% scam mode. Everybody knows to look for a short here, and that's why it'll keep going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher just to steal those shorts, you know? Yeah, we're chilling, man. Good read on price today. Good patience, no bad trades as of yet. And the wait continues, but it looks like we're gonna get this bullish profile here. Where price tries to go lower, absorbs all the selling pressure, and then starts closing through it. And then a successful retest of this area, you have no choice but to buy it. You know, market structure shift, buy, tight stop loss, target the next level, something like that. But the waiting game is in full effect. So I'll continue to wait here. Yeah, I'll continue to wait here, guys. All right. All right. Yeah. Sorry, but it is what it is. Today's lacking that excitement, but maybe things clear up here shortly. did want to check one thing here. So this manipulation move right here, what is the Fibonacci? Nice. So we got point 2.5 standard deviation up here. I mean, it's a no-brainer. We're in bearish territory, right? So I guess that's unnecessary. The question is, where is price going if it's not going to rebalance here? What is price drawing towards? I would have to say this weekly open. We have this bearish level in front of the weekly open, right? We have these levels here, which I marked out. If this, you know, this red zone doesn't hold, I would have to say that we're going to retest this weekly open and possibly even push past the weekly open to this level here. So that's your target. If you're bullish, and you're holding your buys. If we don't short here, the next level has to be this weekly open around 25 150. And then if the weekly open doesn't hold, there's one more supply zone right above the weekly open. But man, my goodness, kid. It could all be so simple, and the market just goes out of its way to make sure it's not simple. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, this type of stuff will literally make you just turn off your charts. Like, bro, stop. Stop going higher. Stop it. You're not fooling me, bro. When's the last time price ran up this many points? All right, here's a good example. Price pushes up, races to this high. The moment we take this high, it just can't go higher anymore. Oh, wow. Matter of fact, this is the top. Like, bro, stop scamming people, bro. People saw this and probably thought it was going to be the next blast off to all-time highs. Nope, takes the high, hits the liquidity, whatever it is, and just stops in its tracks. And it stays within its range for a few days, right? Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday is when you get that first move lower, and then Thursday rebalances this move and then shorts. Friday, this is where the speed picks up, right? Because price was taking too long to short. It should have been short way over here on Monday, but it likes to waste time. It likes to do things that make no sense. All of this chop right here is not necessary unless you just want to steal people money. And this is why you got to be careful when you're trading. Like, I treat the markets like a scammer. Like, I know at any given second, like they are ready to just steal my money, like for no good reason. You can be the best trader in the world and still get scammed on these charts, right? So I'm always on high alert. I'm always expecting the worst so that I can create a plan around it. And that's how you survive. If you I feel like someone like me, there's no other way to survive in this trading game other than to be a skeptic. Make sure you're overly safe. Find the most complete and authentic reversal model possible and rely on that. Don't rely on your emotions to tell you, oh, I should get in here. It looks like it's going to take off. Don't do that. So when I look back at this stream, I'm going to say good job. It feels terrible when price takes off without you, when you literally call out the move before it happens almost every day here, right? Feels terrible when it takes off without you, but it also turns out to feel good when you go back, look at the tape, and you say, all right, I stuck to my plan. The market was not able to trick me out of my plan. And that's what trading is all about. Have a good plan and don't let it change your mind. So we officially closed through here, which is not the best closure, right? You see the exhaustion. You see price slowly grinding. This could be manipulation. Yeah, this could be manipulation. So I'm not completely over the shorts, but I do need a new setup because this setup is starting to pretty much lose its composure here. So I'll have to wait for a new bearish candle. I thought this bearish candle would have been a continuation. Nope. Now, like I mentioned, if price just wants to pretend to be so bullish, I may be able to get this buy here. If we hold this level, I will buy that. So let's do that. Start looking at this for a buy 15-minute candle. Get that red. Erase these indicators because they are useless right now. Price is ripping higher and higher. I like that weekly open. Where's the weekly open over here for it? Yes. Oh, yeah. Weekly open way up there. 5-minute gaps, 5-minute order blocks. Underneath that weekly open, nothing, right? So the only 5-minute supply zone close to that weekly open is here. That'll be the target. It's tough, bro. Like, you're literally being forced to buy it way up here, bro. That's such a scam. And that's what I mean by scam activity. It's forcing you to do things that make no sense. And then it's gonna pay you out. Like if you buy it up here, you're probably gonna win because it won't short. But then going forward on your next couple of trades, there's gonna be times where you think, oh, price is gonna keep going higher and it's going to flush like no tomorrow and completely obliterate any buyer. And you're just gonna be sitting there stuck with a fat L. All right, cool, 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 cool. Yeah. Mm. And then 5-minute chart over here. Yeah, this looks like I'm gonna probably play a continuation here. All depends on the retest as always, right? So if the retest is undeniably bullish, then we'll be fine to take that. Uh Clear up all this bearish stuff here. So this will be your new 30-minute area of interest, right? We get a 30-minute closure, flipping bearish candles. So this bullish candle does have support inside of it. All right, if we look at the 30-minute chart, you're going to see this is a nice, strong bullish close. Look at the structure of that bullish close. You see this down close candle is the heart of this candle. So if this candle gets taken out or if this candle fails, then that's your cue that price doesn't really care for this support, right? Now, the fun part, does price pull back into this zone for us to give us a retest? So let's see here. And while we wait, I'm going to look around YouTube and see who's online. I'm sure everybody's pretty much done by now if you're. Let's see here. Now we're chilling. Huh? All right, here we go. Come on. Let's get this push back. This is tough, bro. I really don't like how this setup is pretending to be exhausted, but then at the same time, it could really be exhausted. You see this up close candle here on ES in the previous 30-minute cycle. You see we pushed through the high, but look at it. It's not really going anywhere. This could still end up putting in a top and breaking lower. That's the tough part. And I would miss it, right? I would miss that short because of how stupid it's giving this delivery. Makes you think, That's not what I want to see, right? So let's look for something else. If this does end up shorting, I'm gonna be like, wow, price is just unorthodox right now. So naturally, I'm going with the cleaner idea, which looks like the buys. If we can retrace, no retrace, I have to step away from the buy once again. See what happens here. Looks like we're gonna trade straight into this weekly open. YM chilling. Look at YM just accumulating here. Shorts may slap here in a second, so let's let price do all this scam activity without us, and we'll be back once price starts making sense. I'm gonna set some alerts in here and just enjoy my life because this is not worth my time. Put some alerts down in here, and yeah, that's it. Can erase these. Really good read on price, man. Like, can't say it enough. All we need is a valid entry point, and we'll start banging out some more bangers, adding to the list of bangers that we've caught this year. Just takes patience, man. Sucks how much patience you need for this type of stuff, but it's worth it in the end, right? Once you really start catching those big moves that you waited patiently for, definitely becomes worth it. Alerts here on this bearish candle, and let's see if we get that pullback. All right, here we are, man. 11:30, and you can see price is just wasting time. So with that, 1 hour left in the stream today. We'll see what happens. But it just looks like price is accumulating. But the cool thing is it's freezing up in the same area that we have highlighted for potential shorts. So that could lead to a short. But as of right now, way too much scam activity. So no trades for me so far, which is very appropriate. The only trade idea I had was a buy here, and price never retested this area. So didn't take a trade here. And right now I would like a short, but the more price just wastes time, I'm starting to lean more towards the buys. Maybe a retest of this area here would give you a clean buy opportunity. This green box here, but at this point, I don't know what to expect. YM looks like it may be trending lower, maybe not. No, a bunch of wasted price action here. If you look side by side, ES kind of looking weak here, but at the same time, more accumulation. All right, it's just not. Yeah, it's just not it. We are getting SMT here though. Let's watch ES here for a potential play. You got ES looks a little bit bearish. We close through this up close candle here. This candle never broke to the downside on NAS, but we also haven't really traded above it either. We got SMT at the high, which could be a catalyst for lower. And then you have 11, 10, 11, 15. Boop, 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 boop. So what I'm looking at is we close, we're pushing back into this bearish range here. All right. And with that, I want to know, is price actually breaking any structure here? Nope. All right. So 9:30, I'm sorry, not 9:30. 11:30 opens. We push into this red area here. And you're just looking for a break of structure before you even think about shorting here. And these relative equal lows, it's like you're getting both types of profiles, right? You got a bullish profile here where this level right here should hold up. This 1030 level should hold up. But now you're starting to see prices showing that bearish protocol here. So if price can start breaking structure, taking out lows here, maybe you get something like this, take this low, and you get to see if price wants to hold this level for a short, back down to maybe sweep this low, maybe even push back to this 10 a.m. price, which is essentially the power of three, right? I'm always thinking power of three. So 10 a.m. opens with manipulation. We didn't even bother trading underneath 10 a.m., which is a red flag if you're a buyer. You want to see price open lower if you're bullish and then trade higher. And if you're bearish, you want to see price open higher like we see here and then start to accumulate, potentially go lower. So the bearish profile looks to be more dominant if we can get some 5-minute structure to support what's on the table for me. Right now, the 5-minute structure is way too choppy for me to think that we're going to short right now. However, we do have, like I said, a closure through this up close candle here. We've been rejecting it nicely. Now you want to see a break in structure here to confirm that, yeah, this is actually going to be a point of interest for me. Break lower, push higher, shorts. But as of right now, man, excellent patience today, bro. The market is choosing to be stupid. So we don't want to fall victim to stupidity. About 1 hour left on stream, and then wrap it up. We do have FOMC minutes later today, so maybe that's why the market is showing a little bit of exhaustion, slowing down. We saw price push up 250 points with no hesitation, but now for the past, literally the past hour and 40 minutes, price has gone absolutely nowhere. YM, YM looks pretty solid for lower if we can stay underneath this black line here, but gonna have to wait it out a little bit longer here, see what happens. Yeah, see what happens here, man. This is so tough. Like I hate this. I wish I could just I could get a warning when price is gonna be like this so I don't waste my time, but it'll be all right. We're only spending 3 hours on the charts each day. So I guess I can't really complain, huh? See what happens in the next 30 minutes to an hour and go from there. All right, chat. This is going to be a pretty decent idea if this survives the next 10 minutes, right? You see price. Let me actually do this. All right, price is actually starting to close through these bullish candles for once. First time. Right? We got this closure here. This is your draw. Like if you expect price to 1030. Yeah, so if you expect price to go bullish, I would expect price to hit this green area here. All right. So a short down into there is fair play. I just need a clean profile, right? So when I look here, I say, all right, we're closing through this candle here. The first 15 minutes of this range would be here. All right. And we have a clean market structure shift, a pull, bro. This about a short right now. It's about a short right now. Like as we speak, it's about a short. And there's nothing I can do about it because it just gave you the confirmation. Like it just gave you. You see this bearish gap right here? See how price responded? See the EMA squeezing? You see this black line being rejected? You want to short at the black line as close to the line as possible. If not, then it's not bearish, right? If we're truly bearish, it'll take, like I said, it'll take like 60 minutes or so. Oh my goodness. We're not bearish. It's gonna push into this area here and go bullish again. That's my take. Yeah. It's moving too fast. But we'll see. We'll see because we still have, as I mentioned, 7 minutes left until this candle will close. So maybe we get that pullback for an entry. We will see. Let me get off the 1 minute. The 1 minute makes you feel like you just need to press buttons. So looking at it from this point of view, I have a clean area of interest, should be showing on ES as well. Excellent. Notice ES holds this, bro. This is so stupid, bro. So stupid because if I'm watching ES never shows you anything bullish. Look at this. We just maintain this range here. The same candle range that we were talking about earlier, right here from 1110 never gets broken. But on NASDAQ, look at 1110. 1110 is way back here. We take the high, close through it, makes you forget about the short, and then now it takes off without me. It's just very bad deliveries. It's so bad that it's like, come on, bro, stop it, bro. You have to do all of this to keep me out of a trade. So now I'm like, all right, here we go. We're pushing into bullish territory. Let's see what happens. I would much rather just buy it because it keeps scamming, bro. So how would the buys play out? Green level has to be tapped into. Red line has to be broken. We're breaking that on ES, so that confirms all I need to know. 10:15. Wait, what? 10:30. 5 minute candle. So yeah, 10:30. So from 10:30 is where I'm looking to play the buys if we can break back above this 10:30 candle. This sucks, bro. I wanted that short, kid. But it might be short lived. I don't know how deep we're gonna drive into this zone. We have some lows in here that could be swept. This black line right here, definitely an area of interest. Um, Same thing here. And then this line right here obviously is important. Let's go to the 5 minute candle that we're gonna be using. Is 10:30 as well. So yeah, that red line right there. That is where I'm looking for price to dig into. ES is pretty much overextended right now, so I think maybe we can start looking for buys here on NASDAQ if we can get a clean flip. I just need to see something that makes sense here. When we had this level here, this was potentially a short as well. We had this down close candle, up close candle. 10:15 to 10:20. So yeah, last 30 minutes, 10, 15. Right. Yeah. So this level right here should be pretty bullish. Like you don't want to see price get too far underneath this black line here. If we can do that, that's gonna confirm that I'm looking for a buy. And that buy will be on the first market structure shift from these levels. It just looks like it's gonna be bullish just based on how that sell-off just rushed. It ran to bullish territory. And you got YM over here just chilling, waiting for price to finish doing whatever it's doing so we can flip back bullish. So let's see here. Either we're going to get a really nice buy here back up into this area. This is very bearish territory up here. All right. So I want to be short up here and I want to be long down in here. So I naturally would want to see if the shorts are going to do it. Just go ahead and dig deeper into here so I can get a better entry price and then just target this black line or target this red box for my buy. If price hangs out in this area here, maybe you get a quick pullback for a short continuation lower because I still like shorts more than buys up here naturally, right? Price is way too overextended. You got 50% of this move sitting way down here by 10 a.m. It just looks like a short. I've seen this play out so many times. All right, so there we go. There we go. Let's see what we get here. There goes the shorts, bro. Like, oh my goodness. The fact that this short is so aggressive and the new candle that's about to open is going to open in bullish territory, right? So this 30-minute candle is going to close bearish, but we're going to open up a new 30-minute candle at 12 p.m. and it'll open inside of bullish territory. So that's why I have to be bullish here and just look for a market structure shift, which you're going to get if we break this high here. Beautiful. Make that green. But I don't want to see it break that high just yet. I want to see it break it after 12, and then I'll start looking for the buy. And hopefully we get an entry that makes sense and runs TP. 12 o'clock. We haven't seen anything clean, bro. That's crazy. Same thing over here. Oh, I'm tweaked out, huh? Okay. All right, so this starting to look bearish, but the sad part is we tap into this bullish area here and we're doing the same thing we saw earlier. It's not giving you any type of opportunity to enter the trade. So either price is going to respect here, pull back, and then you get an entry, or it's gonna blow through here. If we take this high, I'm done for today. This is gonna be my draw here. This is the only level I can actually target that makes sense. Anything above here, you don't know what's gonna happen once price takes this high. All right, so looking at ES, I'm gonna get ready for a buy here. Let's see if we can get a good feel. I think it's gone though. It looks like it's just gonna keep going, bro. At least it's consistent. Today was consistently garbage. We have the market structure shift. We have everything. I need to see price drive back, at least fill in these imbalances. Do something that makes sense before you just go straight to the targets here. Yeah, this is gonna be a session filled with scam activity. All right, yeah, I'm done here. Gonna wrap it up. I will catch you guys tomorrow. As you can see, every single level we drew up here was picture perfect. The scam activity takes over and it doesn't give you any type of fills. It literally taps into these zones here and runs. Taps into this zone here, sweeps this low, taps into it, runs. And then the short here was a good short. I was gonna take this short down to the red line. Bro, this is crazy. It's like, how much more accurate can you be without making any money? I don't know. This is ridiculous. I wanted shorts from here, just short it down to the red line. What happens? Price just takes off. As soon as it breaks this black line here, I'm looking for a short. You don't even get time to think about it. It's already halfway to the target, hits the target to the tick, and then I'm looking for a flip higher to go back to this high. And what happens? We hit the target and run directly to my targets with no remorse, no type of setup whatsoever. So I think it's fair to say Nasdaq is just stupid. I'm gonna wrap it up here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully somebody caught something. I can't believe Price is. It's almost like Price is listening to me today. Every single area, every trade that I drew up, it hits TP without even giving the slightest of a pullback. We still haven't pulled back since 9:50 this morning. Price has been going straight up. Tiny pullbacks, massive moves higher. Crazy, bro. But you guys take care. Uh, I would say just let today go. Let it fly away. And then tomorrow we're right back in motion. Same time, 9:30. Here, I'll check the news forecast for tomorrow before I get out of here. We have unemployment claims tomorrow, so that could be pretty decent driver. But as you can see, right, the volume is fine. It's just the setup. So if we can get a clean break and retest, we'll be a-okay. You guys take care. God bless, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Later.